With the value of sealed product for Magic the Gathering on the decline, it makes sense that players are looking for value in the singles market. And of course, that includes the Murders at Karlov Manor. So in today's video, we're doing a box opening for 401 games. We're taking a look at some value and seeing which cards are most commonly going to be found in the collector box that you may be opening. Now we get to find out who murdered everybody at Karlov Manor. We're going to go looking for value. We're going to see how well we're going to do. And of course, before we start, a shout out, a thank you to 401 Games for allowing us the honor of doing this. None of these cards belong to me. This is only for inventory purposes, okay, guys? They're going right into the store's coffers so they can get things ready for the release weekend. So where are we going here? What are we talking about? We are taking a look at an amazing set that players are excited to try out, if only for the gameplay, not the actual world that we're talking about, which is this whole weird clue sleuth type deal. I know it doesn't appeal to everyone, but there are a segment of players who are excited. You got to acknowledge that and say, hey, have some fun. This is going to be a great set to go into. Now, if you saw my first video, you notice we've already been looking for some invisible ink cards. Some things have been some fun. This is, of course, the second video of 3. We're going to be making sure we get through this one a little bit faster today because we've had a good feeling of what the cards are going to be like. Hopefully, we can find some more invisible ink, go looking for how many lands we're going to get inside these boxes, and try to keep everything totally organized. So, here we go with the... oh, there we go! We got the Quake Mole. He's the Quake Mole. That's very cartoony looking, but that's amazing. Amazing. Hey, wait a second. And it's invisible ink. Can you guys see it? I felt it as soon as I touched the bottom. You can see all the breaking of the earth underneath. That is an invisible ink card. We're going to put that up top here, okay? I'll put it there so you guys can see it, though. Okay. We got Judith. We got some, of course, some of the commander cards. One of the lands, we'll put those here as well. Then we'll put the commons down here. We'll put the beautiful land over here. Okay, we'll put the uncommons. Wait, those are the commons. Sorry, we're going to move this down. Commons, the uncommons, and then commons. There we go. Now, I'm going to try to organize this one by commons and uncommons just because the last time I realized it took me a while to sort it out for the store. So we're going to try to keep this all together. Keep it neat and tidy for the store because, you know, they got to put this stuff up on the inventory and the website when things release. There's another token. Hey, okay. The shadowy backstreet. I kind of like the art on that one. Okay. Some of this stuff's kind of cool. I'm telling you. Some of this stuff really gets you. You're like, hey, that's pretty good artwork. Not every time, right? Like the cryptics and stuff. Some of these cards oh, there we go. We got the Quake Mole again. That's a double Quake Mole. He's a very popular guy today. All right, we got the uncommon followed by another uncommon. A beautiful land. More uncommons, which, you know, no problem with uncommons. Not on my watch, he says. Come on, man. Let's go get some pizza. Let's kick back and have some nachos and cheese. Let's talk about what we're actually witnessing, and then we can deduce what's happening, finish off in finding out who murdered who. Definitely feels Clue Edition, doesn't it? The whole idea of the murder and stuff. There's been a murder. Remember that from the Office episode? They needed it, Jim. They need this game. I know. Okay. We got the Ferrex, which again reminds me of Questing Beast. Rare uncommon. Okay. Underwater sewers. That's 3 of these surveil lands already, where we know it's not always a guaranteed hit. If you've seen the other videos, you know, it does okay, but there's no guarantees. All right. Sorry, I bumped the camera there. You know, we're getting through the repulsive mutation coming at us. All right. Oh, burden of proof. See, I like it. See that glow a little bit? I like that kind of the glowy feel. Very cool. Common, followed by pick your poison. That is going to be everywhere just because of the choices. Remember that. Choices are good. Choices give you opportunity to do all kinds of crazy stuff. 3 of those. Okay. So we got 3. I wish this one... I wish there was like a pull tab on the side. Remember those wooden... Remember not wooden ones. The cardboard ones we had for a while? With the wooden pull tabs. Very interesting. Niv Mizzet. No. No foiling there. Then we got the Roar of the Old Gods. The Counterpoint, the 10th District Hero. Remember that? 10th District. District 9. Here we go. I know. Showing my age, guys. I get it. All right. Here we got some uncommons. Which, again, the uncommons in this are not bad. I'll be curious to see how many of these actually start to go up in value. A little more unanticipated than people believe just because the boxes may not get opened as much. and we may see, you know, people's interest in opening boxes wane. There might be an initial rush. There's pre-release boxes and stuff being opened. There's some crazy stuff. Hey, Thundering Falls. But then we see, hey, there's Rakos, the Patron of Chaos. We may see a lot of fall off in the following weeks after the initial week or two. And when that happens, I'll be curious to see how the top 10 edition videos I do cover, because if desire for singles goes up and prices start to rise, it is going to cause people to open more boxes, because there'll be too much value in the box to leave it sealed. It's quite a tricky wicket that Wizards has got going on right now to see how the value will play out with players, right? Because it is what we value them at. If they see if we see uses, and you see a friend playing it, you see some crazy stuff, you're going to buy a copy. And if it starts out at $1 and goes to $2, hey, there's another one. You may see a lot of craziness going on in the singles market for this game. Another one. Wow, that's a lot of lands in this one. Yeah, I think we're going to see some craziness. We're definitely going to see a little bit of fun under the sun for people who have deep wallets and speculators who can get away with it because they've been paying attention to the market more than your average player. It's a pretty good box so far. I mean, I don't know all the financial values, but I'm looking at the cards, the lands. We need some crime novelists in here, but this is not bad. Not bad at all. Another Vein Ripper. There doesn't, you know what? Do you remember Theros Beyond Death, guys? Remember how many times, no witnesses, how many mythics we would see inside those kind of boxes? So far for this product, I really don't feel like there is an overabundance of these types of mythics going on. I like that one. Guys, that one there, you know, the disguise mechanic on that one, especially in a pre-release. There's your crime novelist. There, we got one crime novelist so far. There's no uncommon. I know I should probably put him in a different pile because he's worth almost as much as the lands. But just for the business of keeping their stuff organized when they put it up, you know, we'll keep it all together. But I think it's easiest to do. Another land. Wow, we're really... Are we going to crack 10? That would be... No, let's make it... Let me say it again. No, just making sure. Just in case. I mean, they all have the foiling usually, but I just want to make sure. If they have that kind of foiling, it's almost all... Sorry, let me just back out there. If you see that foiling on the Anzarag Mole, that's when you know, guys. Okay? That's when things kind of say, hey, that's going to be the invisible ink card. So you can keep your eye out for it, because I've seen it twice now. Plus the new box we're opening right now gives me a better kind of layout of what we're going to expect to see. So, interesting stuff. Interesting. Offender at Large. Dramatic Accusation. All these cards. It's funny. Funny. You gotta laugh sometimes about this stuff. Okay. We got Thopter. We got Kellyan. Sure, why not? Kellyan's coming to play. We got the Pride. Okay. The Rage Mother. That's crazy. Right? I don't know. I kind of like when you see bears, remember the ones we've seen the last couple of years, they've really stepped up on some of this. Like, we're not doing tribal, but we are doing tribal because players actually want it, and we're going to do what players want, but we're not going to tell them that we're doing what players want. That's the interesting thing. They're not going to admit they're doing it, but they're definitely doing it. They just don't want to tell you they're doing it. It's like, you know, I don't like my vegetables, but I want to get to that dessert. All right, we're down to our last couple of packs here, guys. We're going to count those lands at the end, because those lands seem really insane to me how many we're seeing right now. So I'm going to play that bad boy out there in a second. The Rage, sure. It's funny. Some of these ones, the way they've got it, yes, don't forget the guys. Don't forget the lore keepers. Some of them throw me off, the way that dagger is. That I almost think I may have mixed up a couple commons and uncommons in the last one, but I'll figure it out at the end before I return it to the store. All right, guys. Ready? We got this. No goblin. That's okay. They'll forgive me. No crime novelist coming to save us. No romancing the stone. I dropped that. Don't worry. I got you. Big Trouble Little China. You're not put on this earth to get it, Mr. Burton. Doorkeeper Throw. I like that art, man. Just something kind of sinister. Another land. Okay. This has been a good one for that, man. Hide in Plain Sight. Niv Mizzet. Then we're getting some of the uncommons here. Not on my watch. The lands just seem like Streets of New Capenna, by the way. They seem no different to me whatsoever. Some of these cards definitely almost have the flavor. Last pack of the first box have the flavor that we are doing. Streets of New Capenna 2.0. I heard people talking about it, and it does some of the cards like, hey, that's like something I would see in Streets of New Capenna. So, yeah, I'm going to agree with that. The Servitor. Slice from the Shadows. Fanatical Strength. The Mountain. Okay, we got some decent uncommons here. Of course, the Helion. The Slice. Person of Interest. And Museum Watch. So this is the first box, okay, guys? I want to count these lands up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lands. That's pretty decent from what I've seen before. I'm just going to put this stuff up here so we can keep it all in a pile. I'll put these with the commons. Where'd that little piece go? We'll get rid of that piece that stuck around. I'm going to stack these up after anyway. And of course, we're going to move Anzrag there. And we'll bring these packs down. And those can go with the clue. Sorry, I like to neaten things up, keep it tidy. Trying to get better at doing it. Everything comes with time and patience, right, guys? Thanks for being here, by the way, today. And thanks again to 401 Games. We're going to start our next box. And we're starting out with a clue. All right. Then we got the Falcon. We got the Law above. Sure. Cryptics. Gatekeeper. We're going to demand some answers. Because, you know, we can't demand some answers again. Because obviously we need lots of answers to what we're asking. Then we're going to go with the uncommon. I mean, the Vengeful Creeper. I look at the cards and the art. Some of the stuff really appeals to me. Some of the art is just, it really turns me off. I don't know what to say. Sometimes I look at the product, I go, isn't it funny how there'll be cards inside a set that you're totally diving into and you're excited for, right? And other card, you're like, that doesn't do anything for me. Why they even make it that way? Like, when I see that, a steamship, tell me that doesn't remind you of, like, Streets of New Capenna, right? Come on. It just doesn't look like it. There's our first land. All right, we got the Culvert, sure. The Ambusher. Oh, wait, he's uncommon. Uncommon. And we got Doesn't Add Up. We got the Mountain there. Then we got some Undercity Eliminator. We got a lot of uncommons in this one. There's our commons. The Shady Informant. Dramatic Accusation. We got the Binding. And, of course, a Galvanize. Because why not? We got to galvanize and make sure we can fend them off. Because they're coming to murder us with a pipe. All right. Yeah, I know I'm being silly. Can't help myself, guys. All right. We got the Drag the Canal. Okay. I do like that. It reminds me of Khans of Tarkir, I'm telling you. Every time I see it. The Ransom Note. And some of these cards, by the way, still seem like they're engineered directly for Commander. They almost seem like they shouldn't even be in a standard set. And they should be going straight to Commander. But what can you do, right? The Chalk Outline. Case Study. The Wall. Pick Your Poison. And then we got the Control Warden. Fanatical Strength, sure. That was kind of a pack. That was a meh. We need to get some spice. And in this set, it's funny when you think about spice, because guys like that on our land, the crime novelists and stuff are the ones that really have people really talking about a lot of these cards. Like, hey man, I hope it's not too hard to get. But I think people are gonna be surprised. It's harder than you would think, because I've already opened quite a few boxes here. And I haven't seen a lot of this stuff come out yet. I've only seen a couple of them. Of course, you can check out other content videos and see if it's more common. You need to open a lot of boxes to get a feel for how easy or hard it is to pull something. But judging on how they built that crime novelist, you can tell it's a good card already. I'm not the most savvy when it comes to like combos and stuff, but that card just screamed at me right away. So I'm like, yeah, that's not going to go well. That's going to kill me a lot when I play. I can just see it because I don't play a lot of red. The Hunted Bone Brute. We got some commons. We got the the Fanatic Scapegoat. Sure, why not? It's kind of funny to see it that way. Then we got the Gossip, followed by the Street, Not on My Watch, the Soul Evasion, and then we got, of course, some good stuff like the Snoop, Make Your Move, and Slice from the Shadows with some Person of Interest. Man, when they talk about value for the box, I wonder if they're actually going to be right. If people don't open the boxes, then the value goes up for the cards that are available in the supply chain. Which means the boxes... Oh, there we go. Invisible ink again. We'll put that up top. That is the Incinerator of the Guilty. You can see it's got 2 claws there and there. Ha-ha. I'm getting better at finding them, guys. You can say some snide little comment and give me a cheers, man, because I made it. I found them. Didn't lose them. You can put a boomstick in that comment section if you made it this far, because then I know. Temple to God, sure. These are our uncommons, followed by our commons, and of course we're gonna go with a land. Makes perfect sense. So basically, I think it's 1 per box then. For the invisible ink, it's basically 1 per box, which I guess that's not the worst. I still don't think it's the best though. It should be a little more rare than that. But at least we know. It looks like it's 1 per box, guys, from what I've seen so far. I'll get more info as we open more boxes and I get the data from all the stores. But that's what it looks like at this point. I'll put these ones, wait, the land will go to the back until the very end, so I can move it over. That's a lot of uncommons, followed by our commons, and then, of course, the land. Not too shabby, guys. We're on our last few packs here of the second box. Shout out to 401 Games, of course, because, hey, these are all coming back to you. I'll make sure they arrive safe and sound. You guys, of course, can look up 401 Games just by typing 401 Games into Google. It'll come up. They're one of the big LGS guys, so they'll be easy for you to find. Oh, there we go. There we go. Very cool of them to allow me to open this much product, guys. Really appreciate it. A lot of fun for the viewership to be able to see what they're getting into when they buy this stuff and where they can expect the value to be. And then they can judge for themselves if this product is worth it. So, very, very cool. All right. Incinerator again. That's kind of funny. Oh, we got Kaya again. Remember, 1 Planeswalker per set. And if it's hard to get it and it does decent things, you may even see Planeswalkers be worth something again. Wouldn't that be a miracle? If they actually made Planeswalkers worth something again? I'm very curious to see if that will ever happen. There we go. All right, guys. 3 packs left. The lands in the second one here definitely don't seem to be as... Oh, here I am, speak of the devil. And don't seem to be as generous, but at the same time, we're getting a few surprises in the rares and mythic slots, which kind of make it a lot of fun to dive into this stuff. The Shuffler. See, some of these packs, they seem to have definitely a little pattern, but the odd time you get thrown off by what you're looking at. So far, the last couple of packs have been good. But you can get that one slot that seems to have an extra mythic or an extra rare. The odd times, you guys just pay attention. There we go. That's in our full... Sorry, guys, just had a weird feel for a second. Just want to make sure I'm not missing something. All right, we got the uncommon, common. Then we got the 3 uncommons. See, we can get this going. Then we got the commons, followed by another common, and of course the land. Last pack of the second video, guys. Thanks again for hanging out with the Mox, man. We're gonna see if we can go out with some cool thing like another Anzarag, or maybe we'll get lucky and pull some giant beastie. Oh, there we go. We got Niv Mizzet coming at us. Definitely not the cool one, but still, that's definitely a nice card to pull. I know it won't have a lot of value though. They kind of ruined Niv a little bit, didn't they? He isn't nearly as special as he used to be, and that's okay. It just, I don't know. There's something about when cards have that value, you want to chase it down and buy it for your deck and try it out. So either way, thanks again for hanging out. Thanks to 401 Games, guys. I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Thanks again for hanging out with the Mox Man. If you enjoyed today's content and you want to catch more of the Mox Man, I do a video every day. Just hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bells, and you will find me every single day, at least once a day. All right, guys, have a great one. See you soon. For all the viewers out there, the speculators, whatever reason drove you to watch this entire video, I thought we'd do a little wrap up here at the end. First, a big thank you to 401 Games. Being able to open so many boxes allows you a real insight into how Wizards of the Coast is doing their track printing, which cards are more likely to come up, and kind of the idea behind how they're putting their products together. But right now, before we have the official release date, of course, and none of these cards belong to me, they're all back at the store the very same day, but you get to see where some of the values are trending, and also some cards players didn't think much of at the moment during spoiler season. Now that they've mulled it over, some of these cards are starting to go up. It's a real indicator about why the singles market is so powerful and where the sealed products are failing Wizards of the Coast right now. When you see a sealed product for almost $200 Canadian, okay, and you go and you take a look at the singles inside, you can't find the value. It's just not adding up. Whereas the singles, even a $30 or a $40 single makes sense if you're only needing one card. And that's where the players are at right now. It's very, very interesting, very fascinating to watch the changeover that we've seen in the last 8 to 12 months now, with singles really just coming to the forefront, slapping Wizards in the face. But guys, don't worry. Don't worry. Wizards of the Coast will find a way to tap into that market. Be careful what we wish for, because they don't give up easy. Man, when they smell blood in the water, they're coming for your wallet. They want that money. Either way, thanks a lot for hanging out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Oh, and bring a friend to Magic, of course. A big shout out and thank you to the fantastic patrons we have supporting the channel each and every day. Guys, never forget that because of that Patreon support, daily uploaded content is made possible. Thanks again to everyone out there for supporting the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. Welcome back to the Ramble Jamble. You're here for the encore, the end of the end that we like to do every day. You didn't think I would leave you hanging today, did you? You made it that far in the video and you thought the Moxman wouldn't show up? Come on. We got a full cup of coffee. I can barely even tilt it. It's so full. I came prepared today. The caffeinated Moxman is feeling good. The nachos and cheese weekend is going to start before we believe it. Whatever. I'm off topic already. So there's one more box opening video that'll come out Friday afternoon. So if you guys want to tune into the Moxman and see the last box opening video of this, you'll get a good indicator of some of these cards. But this is what Wizards of the Coast gets when they jack up prices. We don't know how the tighter print runs are actually going to affect the market, because nobody's buying the product anyway en masse like we used to. The tightened print runs, I'm starting to believe, are based on a certain number that they thought were going to happen. Something from the economic team. The price said, we got to cut things by 20, 30%. And they're seeing that's still probably not enough. And they'll make adjustments, but they won't happen yet. No matter what, they can't get blood out of the stone, right? They can't just bleed us dry. They got to figure out a way that we want to spend our money. And really, it's a better product with a better story and better cards that we can integrate into multi-faceted decks that we've created. And at the same time, they got to broaden the player base and find a way to get more people in there. They have a lot of issues to deal with. But the main one they're focused on is always money. And sometimes doing the other things down the road will give you more money. Interesting stuff. All right, guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. I was just thinking a few offhanded thoughts like that. And I said, you know what? If they fix some of this other stuff, it's going to get better. Either way, looking forward to seeing what you guys think. Put Ash in the comments section. I mean, come on. Army of Darkness, Ash Williams. It goes perfectly, okay? Ashley, but we're going to go Ash. All right, I'll see you guys soon. What an awesome day.